YouTube, it's just Brandy, and I'm back for another review of the most recent episode of Married to Medicine. I think this one was called Brazilian Bombshell, if I'm not mistaken. But let's get into it. So the episode started with Toya and Eugene moving from one rental to another rental, which is good because they are in some financial debt because they do owe the IRS some money. However, I don't understand. It seems like in Atlanta, a lot more of the quote-unquote affluent people seem to be renting more than owning. And I just don't see how it is wise to pay somebody $8,000 to $10,000 a month to rent something. I mean, especially if Atlanta is your home, you have no intention on leaving Atlanta. I don't understand why you would not invest in a property and put that money towards something that you own. And worst case scenario, I mean, you can always sell it, you can always rent it out yourself, but I just don't understand why they are continuing to rent year after year after year. I don't know what the deal is with that. And the previous season, or it might even have been this season, earlier in this season, they went back to the home that they were in when they started, and they said that they own that home. Nobody was in it, and she had indicated, Toya had indicated that somebody had broke into the property, and she didn't feel safe. And that was why they moved, which that's all fine and dandy. I'm not an advocate for staying in a neighborhood where you don't feel safe and secure, but why have you not either sold that property, or why aren't you renting that property out so that you can offset some of those costs as well? So I don't know what the deal is with that. But basically, as far as Toya, that was it for her this particular episode. The big drama was with Dr. Heavenly and Lisa Nicole, who I don't particularly care for. But this episode was about the event that those two were planning, the relationship event. And I guess Lisa Nicole feels because she's had a lot of issues in her marriage that now somehow makes her a relationship expert, which she's still trying to get through the issues that she's having. And the crazy part to me was, did anybody notice when her husband came home and she was like, where are you at? And he was like, stuttering again. And we know from the other episode, that's what he does when he lies, when he said how he hurt his arm. So wherever he was, we'll never know, and he ain't never telling. So it makes him look shady, like he was up to no good, because he's like, don't be on this TV embarrassing me. They need to have a conversation. But nonetheless, it showed on the episode, the way that it seemed that Lisa Nicole was not about her business, and her and Dr. Heavenly decided that they were not going to do the event together. Well, more so, I guess, Dr. Heavenly decided that she was not going to do the event with Lisa Nicole. And she decided that she was going to have an event on the same day, which I don't fault her, because number one, if you've decided that you're going to do something, you know, what makes it more Lisa Nicole's event than Heavenly's event? You know, I don't know which one of them decided to do something. I believe that Lisa Nicole came to Heavenly with the idea, and because she's a quote-unquote relationship expert and she has that degree, she felt as if she should partner up with her, and that's fine. But once you put work and your money and your ideas into it as well, I don't fault her for deciding that she wanted to do something, I mean, on the same day. Once you've been advertising for something on a particular day, and you may have people coming in from out of town or something like that. I mean, she said she had people that had registered for her conference. So, of course, she should do it on the same day. Lisa Nicole acts as if what she does is put on talks and put on conferences and all of that. But obviously, she didn't have it together, because like Heavenly said, when she came to me, she quoted me a price of $7,000. She said she had the hookup from someone, and obviously when it came to be, the total was more than that. So, the communication was not there. It's fine. Sometimes when you have the hookup, it doesn't always come through. Maybe the date that you wanted, that person couldn't get it. Maybe that person no longer works there. Whatever the case may be. But Lisa Nicole should have contacted her and said, you know what, Heavenly, my friend Mary Jane, who usually is able to give me a good price, isn't going to be able to do it this time. Do you want to proceed? That's how you handle your business. Okay, if we're going to proceed, do we need to change the location? Do we need to scale down something? Because from the previews, the way that she had it decorated, and the linens and the chairs and all that, maybe you didn't have to have all of that. And if you would have scaled that back, you could have cut some costs. Nonetheless, of course, it puts everybody else in a situation where they have to then choose sides and determine, are they going to support Lisa Nicole, which nobody really kind of gels with her besides Mariah, or are they going to support Heavenly? And of course, the majority of the women are choosing to support Heavenly, which is not surprising, but you can't expect to have people choose you when you haven't made any type of effort to build relationships with them. So I'm Team Heavenly. Sorry, Lisa. The other thing this episode was Quad's 35th birthday party. It was a carnival theme, which I thought was cute. However, it's funny, if you look at social media and everything like that, because I do follow Quad on Instagram, you see her posting pictures from her party, and they sure do make those pictures look like it was a grand event and all of that. I mean, you had to step and repeat for what? It looked like it was all of 30 people there. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with having an intimate party. But to have people have costumes and all of that for the number of people that was there, wasn't even 100 people there. Was all of that necessary? But it's your party, and you can do it how you want to. The other thing they touched on at her birthday party was Dr. Jackie and her husband's relationship, which she said they chose to agree to disagree, which, that's their business. It seems like that's the only way that they're going to be able to move past that particular issue, is to agree to disagree, because he still was set in his way and she kind of was still set in her way. I hope it works out for them, but I don't know. Those two just don't seem very compatible, and I understand they've been married for a long time, but it doesn't seem like they're moving to the same direction. Seems like Curtis may be the type of person that, he's getting older, he wants to slow down. Jackie is the type of person that she's getting older, and, she's still doing what she wants to do. She's not that type of person that says, oh, okay, I'm getting to be of a certain age, I want to slow down. And so it's maybe they're moving in two different directions. And, maybe they just need to come to the realization that they're no longer right for each other. I don't know. They obviously are still together, so hopefully that works out. The upcoming scenes for the next episode, of course, shows Mariah being messy as usual, trying to throw Dr. Heavenly under the bus. So it looks like next episode, the conferences are going to go on, and we'll see who has the better event. Will it be Dr. Heavenly or Miss Lisa Nicole? Like I said, I'm hashtag Team Heavenly. So that was my thoughts and review of the most recent episode of Married to Medicine. See you guys next week. Bye.